I want to ask you a simple question. Have you ever felt like giving up? Not necessarily giving up on life, but giving up on yourself, giving up on your goals, giving up on believing that things can get better. Giving up because you're exhausted, not physically, but mentally. Mental exhaustion is different. You can smile while carrying it. You can go to work, take care of your family, laugh with your friends, and still feel like you're drowning on the inside. The hardest battles are often the ones nobody else can see. The problem is that many of us have learned to count everyone else in before we ever count ourselves in. We'll fight for our children, we'll fight for our spouse, we'll fight for our friends, we'll sacrifice for our coworkers. But when it comes to ourselves, we become the first person we're willing to quit on. Today I want to challenge that mindset, because healing begins the moment you decide to count yourself in. Not tomorrow, not when life gets easier, not when you're quote-unquote fixed. Today. Mental healing doesn't start with having all the answers. It starts with honesty. Honesty sounds like saying, I'm hurting, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know who I am anymore, I'm tired of pretending I'm okay. There is strength in honesty because healing cannot begin where denial lives. Too many people believe they have to be strong all of the time. But strength isn't pretending nothing affects you. Strength is having the courage to admit that something does. The first relationship you ever have is the relationship you have with yourself. Think about that. You spend every second of every day with one person. You. Yet for many of us, we know everyone else's needs better than we know our own. We know what hurts other people. We know what motivates other people. We know everyone else's love language. But do you know yours? Do you know what makes you feel alive? Do you know what drains your spirit? Do you know why certain words hurt you more than others? Do you know why certain situations trigger emotions that seem bigger than the moment? Self-understanding isn't selfish, it's necessary. Because if you don't understand yourself, you'll spend your life reacting instead of responding. You'll keep repeating cycles you don't recognize. You'll keep chasing validation because you never learned to value yourself. You'll keep looking for peace in places that were never meant to provide it. Healing requires curiosity. Instead of asking, what's wrong with me? Ask, what happened to me? Instead of saying, why am I like this? Ask, what is this feeling trying to teach me? That shift changes everything. Our emotions are our enemies. They're messengers. Fear is trying to protect you. Sadness is asking you to slow down. Anger is often revealing a boundary that's been ignored. Anxiety may be reminding you that you've been carrying too much by yourself. When we stop fighting our emotions and start listening to them, we begin understanding ourselves on a deeper level. And understanding creates compassion. Compassion creates healing. One of the greatest lies we tell ourselves is this: I'll matter after I accomplish more. I'll love myself when I lose the weight. I'll be enough once I get the promotion. I'll be happy when everything is finally together. But your worth has never been dependent on your performance. You were valuable before you succeeded. You were worthy before you failed. You are enough even while you're healing. Healing isn't becoming someone new. Healing is remembering who you were before pain convinced you that you weren't enough. That process isn't easy. Some days you'll make incredible progress. Other days you'll feel like you were back where you started. And that's normal. Healing is rarely a straight line. It's a journey of learning, falling, growing, forgiving yourself, and trying again. The important part is that you keep showing up. Even if all you can do today is take one more step, take it. Because one step is still movement. One breath is still progress. One decision to stay is still a victory. There will always be days when the voice inside your head tells you that you're too broken, that you've waited too long, that nothing will change. Don't confuse that voice with the truth. The loudest voice isn't always the right one. Sometimes healing is learning not to believe every thought you think. Your mind can become a battlefield, but it can also become a place of peace. The difference is learning which voices deserve your attention. Keep the voice that says, keep going. Choose the voice that says, you deserve another chance. Choose the voice that reminds you that your story isn't over yet. One of the most powerful things you can ever do is choose yourself without feeling guilty. That doesn't mean becoming selfish. It means recognizing that you cannot pour from an empty cup forever. Rest is not quitting. Setting boundaries is not weakness. Asking for help is not failure. Taking care of your mental health isn't an inconvenience to other people. It's a responsibility to yourself. Imagine if you spoke to yourself the way you encourage the people you love. Imagine if you gave yourself the same patience you give your children, the same grace you give your friends, the same forgiveness you give strangers. How much different would your life feel? Healing begins when the relationship with yourself changes, because the longest conversation you'll ever have is the one inside your own head. Make it one filled with truth instead of shame, with hope instead of fear, with compassion instead of criticism. If you're here today and you've been thinking about giving up on your dreams, your future, or even yourself, I want you to hear this clearly. Count yourself in. Count yourself in because someone is inspired by a version of you that you haven't even become yet. Count yourself in because your future deserves the opportunity to meet the person you're becoming. Count yourself in because pain is a chapter, not the entire story. Count yourself in because healing is possible. Count yourself in because understanding yourself is one of the greatest acts of courage you'll ever practice. And count yourself in because the world doesn't need a perfect version of you. It needs the authentic version, the honest version, the growing version, the healing version. So when tomorrow comes and life feels heavy again, when the doubts return, when the fear whispers that you're not enough, pause, take one deep breath, look yourself in the mirror if you have to, and remind yourself of these simple words. I choose me. I believe in me. I am still healing. And today, I count myself in. Because every breakthrough begins with one decision. The decision not to quit on yourself. The decision to believe that healing is possible. The decision to understand yourself before you judge yourself. The decision to keep going. And today, make that decision. Count yourself in. Your healing starts here. Until next time.